When we stand in eternity, guys, there's no age, there's no demographic. It doesn't matter if you were rich. It doesn't matter if you were famous. If you think of the most famous person you can think of right now, that's not going to matter. That name that they had and all the prestige that they had in this world is not going to matter when we stand before God. How many houses you build, it's not going to matter when you stand before the Lord. That you were only 14, 15 years old, it's not going to matter when you stand before the Lord. That you wrote many books, that you did great things, that you had a lot of money and cars, that's not going to matter when you stand before the Lord. That you were poor, that you didn't have much, that's not going to matter. When we all stand before the Lord as spirit, everything we did on the earth, all the things that you owned and your status, it's not you're not going to have the rich people on one side and then the people who are poor on the other side and then the middle class in the middle. There's not going to be an order according to your social standing. You're standing before the Lord as a living soul. And all you're going to be asked about is, did you do my work? Did you do what I told you to do? Did you think that the riches that were given to you was just for you to live a lavish life and do what you want to do with a few good deeds here or there? Did you completely follow me? Did you do the things that I told you to do? Those that may have been poor, did you resent me and curse me throughout all your life, believing that I have cursed you? Did you seek me to know why you were placed on this earth in a poor setting? There are going to be so many people that stand before the Lord. Did you believe because you were 14 years old that you will not stand before me when you disrespected your mother, disrespected your father, stole, hurt other people, brought heartache to your grandparents, did things and bullied other children, hated on other kids, caused other children to have anxiety, disrespected your teacher, kept the classroom completely in a state of absolute unrest? The teachers could not teach. The teacher had anxiety. Did you feel because you're only 14 years old, you're going to stand before me as a 14-year-old? No, you're standing before me you'll be standing before God as a soul that did a lot of things in its 14-year-old body. Guys, you're not any less culpable. When you get to a place, I believe children at a certain point of their life, they're just young and they may not know better, but there's a stage that God recognizes in you that you know what you're doing. Even if you are a minor, you know how to lie, you know how to hide, you know how to deceive. You know how to hide stuff before your parents come in the room. You know how to disrespect your parents. You recognize that they love you so much. You recognize and you can identify that they may have some fear or they don't want to chastise you, and you know how to work on that and to play on that. That's what God recognizes. So just because you're 16 and just because you're 17 and just because you're 19 and you're only 20. Oh no, when you stand before the Lord, there is no age. You're a spirit. What did you do? My brothers and sisters, when we stand before the Lord and the books are opened up, what will be in there? Are you doing the things that God has called you to do? I always look at people who have riches. You know, sometimes I've seen some YouTube channels, they have these shows and they're doing challenges and things like that, and they're wasting so much food. They're wasting food. You know, they do whatever challenges. They're wasting drinks, they're wasting food, they're pouring things out. And the Lord showed me, this is sin. To them, they're not even thinking about it. They're not even thinking about that. They're just so rich and they are so indulged in what they want to do that they're just wasting food that someone else could have had. And someone might say, well, we just do these challenges in this particular video, but we do give to the poor. But God looks at stewardship. Doesn't matter if you're giving over here. This is something more that you could have given. Why would it enter into your heart to waste food? Why? You're too rich. Food and goods no longer holds value to you because you've got a lot of it. But if you were poor and everything around you was taken from you, oh, those things that you see people doing in challenges, it would never come to mind because this is sustenance. Those who are rich, you've not been placed in a position just to waste and to squander on yourself. God is not caring about your localized blessings and good works that you do. None of it means anything if you're not doing what he's told you to do. It's like if you're in a relationship and someone is cheating on you and abusing you and they're not listening to you, but they do very good things in the community around you. This means nothing. How do they treat you? Are you doing what I asked you to do? If you're not sure what your purpose is, ask the Lord and wait for his answers. There are lots of people that are living this life, privileged lives. And the Lord is like, I've placed you in these positions for a reason. And it's not just for you to shine and to wave and to stand on the red carpet and sign autographs. Some people, they've been placed in these positions by the power of darkness. And that's why you find many celebrities are taking their own lives because of the pressure. Because fame and fortune is not that great, guys. You're on the outside looking in, but they are prisoners to the world. They can no longer just even go to their car and just drive to the corner store without somebody following them. I do not want this life. I'm sure there are perks to it, but trust me, there's a price. But there are many people that's living for themselves. Many people that are cursing God because of the place that they are in their lives. And they continue to do it. Just today, I was looking at the video comments, going through them, and I found this video where someone is just a bunch of profanity. The thing about it is everything is in pre-approval. So they probably felt it got on my public thread, but it doesn't. I deleted it. But I'm always somewhat, it's not fascinated, but surprised at people that don't know you and they take stuff so personally and would just send you a bunch of curse words, doing things that they probably would not do if you were in their face. Or at the very least, even if they're in their face, they can be corrected. But there are people who are just in this place, guys, of being angry at God. And while I sympathize, I always say, guys, get it together. Get to know the Lord, because it's a dangerous place to be. You being angry and cursing God does not change your eternity. And when you are in eternal damnation for spending so much time cursing him and hating him, you're going to be crying out to him and you won't be able to get out from there. We're all going to stand before God as on even plane. No one will be better and higher than the next. You're simply going to be given an account for what you did on this world, on this earth. Seek the Lord. Those of you may already know what you're supposed to be doing. Seek the Lord and ask him to lead you and teach you and show you how to do the things he has called you to do by the power of the Holy Spirit.